Ho, Maurieo! Maurieo reviews the YWCA project Day 2. In this video, I'm going to take a look at our second visit to the YWCA project and just go through what we did. Essentially, we continued where we left off with GPS with the control survey. Plus, we had also done a little bit of work on the Cuban channel on the neighbouring property. So let's go to the big screen and see how we go. So what I've done here is I've loaded in the 12D project here. We're working in 12D, and I've also managed to include the Travis sheet here, and this is today's Travis sheet. We'll have a look at that first and then perhaps go and have a look back at the field notes. So essentially what we did today was we did this work down in here with the GPS. It has a little bit of, just loaded it directly into 12D, pretty much straight out of the GPS. So this is the Cuban channel down here, which we've picked up. We've got to do a few adjustments in and around here because we had some trouble with the pittosporums in there, restricting our GPS and our access to the actual Cuban channel. So we did some offsetting, as you will see in the video that we provide. So we've got to get that tidied up a little bit. So what we did first off today is we set up here at, if we turn on, I'll just turn on the text, turn that on. If we perhaps not turn on the text, I'll just turn it off. We set up first of all here at Survey Nail MW, and we placed a new mark here just by the gate as you go into the area, and that's peg TT, and down here we put in another peg AB down in there, and we lined an AP in through here, APSW in this area here. So we set up here and set up here down to this peg here, came out here down this line here, established this new line here, and closed onto this line, closed our bearings onto here. Our initial bearing origin that we used was this line here, so we closed down through there, and we'll have a bit of a look at the field notes and any little issues that have arisen. Just down in here, this is the close from starting at Survey Nail MW here, using the coordinates from the GPS work that we did on day one, and we've traversed down through here, as I said, to TT APSW. Not quite confirmed yet, that one's a bit of work to do there. Peg AB down here, and then back to SMBM from day one. So yeah, that's pretty much our traversing with 12D. It's all loaded in, and we've got our Cuban channel all sorted there. So these are the we did it all with the field notes. So these are the field notes here. First of all, this is the Travis sheet from the previous from day one, with the bearings and distances that we needed to be able to do our origin of bearings and what have you. And we'll just get this going here, Control 0. So this is page 1 of the Travis sheet, where we went set up at MW, and down through to page 2 here. Had a little bit of a, we've got a little bit of a problem down in here, and that the as you'll see on the next page, that the sum of the two distances from between from peg TT and to peg AB don't add up to the sum of the parts there. So there's a little bit of a problem there. The 90, it should be the total of 45,354, and we've got 45,378. So we haven't set up at the AP here just yet. So if we set up there to do some topo, we can check in each direction and just confirm those distances. So a little bit of a hiccup there. I suspect that currently, if we just go back to the Travis sheet, you'll see I've shown that distance as 18.44 rather than the 468 that's there. But that's an issue that we're going to have to resolve there. You'll also note that this one here, I haven't confirmed that because I've got 90.81. This is down here. I've got 90.81, and that's the distance that I've used in one direction, but coming back in the other direction, 90.47. So I don't know what the problem is there. That will need some further investigation, whether we've booked the slope distance or there. But I've used the 90.81 value there, and that seemed to fit with the Travis Close. So we'll sort that out next time we're out. That's why we have these checks and things in place. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then we've agreed in there. We can see in here that our bearing close is 25 seconds over 4 setups, which is around about 6 seconds per setup. So that's pretty good. So we've got pretty good close for the bearings, and pretty good close for the heights, for the coordinates there, as we can see, 1 in 18,000. So that's pretty good, with of course the little caveats that we've got. So I then also had a look at the heights and tried to close out the heights. The heights have sort of closed out reasonably well, but there's a couple of little issues that need to be sorted out, particularly these one-way observations where we've just observed one way. So that's a little bit of 63 mil correction there and 47 there. They seem consistent with the instrument, but we'll have to see. Whereas when we've averaged either way, everything's seems to have worked out pretty well. So these we'll have a look next time we're out, if we're with the total station, and if need be we can run a check through those with the level. So let's just have a quick look at the information that we've got here. This is the CSV file of the information that we collected with the GPS there. It's not quite cooperating there and fitting in, but yeah, we'll get that sorted here. Oh, here it is. Let's put that down to there. Okay, so, and you can see the coding and that we've used, which may need to have a little bit of sorting out with the mapping files going into 12D, but we will get that organised in due course. But the preliminary checks seem to indicate that everything's good on the adjoining property, and I'll just drop that out of there, drop that out of there, and in here we have the New Zealand Field Book report of the same information, just showing the stuff. This is downloaded just directly from the GPS. So there's all our points and codes in there. So that seems to have all gone pretty reasonably well, and yeah, we'll come back. So what I propose to do now is to show you a few clips, live clips of the boys out surveying with a few erudite observations from myself, and then we'll close things up from there and put the video together, and that will be our sort of video log of day 2. So here we are measuring some offsets with the GPS and the curb and channel. Had a little bit of problem there with the trees getting in the way, but we're overcoming the challenges. Doing some awesome work there. Oh good. We're just measuring some about a metre offset from the back of the curb there, and then just taking those, so they should be approximately at the same height as what we've done, so that should be all good. Okay, down in there, bit of thing there, see that concentration there. Alrighty, I'll move around, just try and have a bit of a look as to what's going on through here, coming into the metal, and a bit of a look at what we're doing here at the end, and just another view of things. The pittosporum's made it particularly difficult to get any shots in there. I seem to be getting some reasonable GPS there, and even managing to keep my thumb out from in front of the camera today. All good. Oh, so here we are surveying away. Thumbs out. Oh, look at this go. Look at these boys go. Checking the backside. The booker there confirming everything. It's a bit of a tight squeeze down beside the between the side of the YWCA and the YWCA. Hopefully we can possibly see, just zoom in a little bit, possibly the boys up there observing this way for the final sort of little cut of things, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know whether you might even see the flash of the laser as they measure. They're pretty busy. So there the boys are looking there, sort of the last on the peg there, peg AB, named after one of our tutors here. And looking through here, the last leg of the traverse will be up here, and another mark that we put in up in the footpath, the GPS mark there. So that should see us through to the end of this day. A little bit of clarity up there, perhaps you can see the guys working away, coming this way. It's very tight down there, as I said earlier, very tight. Here we are, finishing off the last leg of the traverse. I'm standing at the last mark, just down here at my feet with the little prism on it. Very handy, the little prism. You can see just sitting up over the mark like that, with a height of about 15 mils, dead over the mark. And then as we look from there down the line, we've got Mark on the total station, just getting ready to do some observations. The last one, the mark that he's over, is also a survey nail set up with the GPS on our last trip here, so we should be closing off onto this line hopefully, and all's well. We'll let you know. Moving this way now, getting things sorted, starting to get the finishing off. I'm writing and booking the information. Fortunately we're still getting that all sorted as we look this way, and hopefully in a short period of time we'll be flipping over from left face to right face to do the very last observation as we look down there. Yep. Okay. Waiting. Here we go. And so that brings us to the end of day 2 with a few clips. A fairly successful day, I would suggest. We've had a reasonable day out there. We've got the control fairly much confirmed. We've got a couple of little issues to sort out, but they won't be anything big. So we will be next thing we'll be out there with the total station, possibly a little bit of GPS. Just doing all of the topo work and finishing it off. Hopefully only a day's, another half day's work left, and then we'll be able to start working on some plans and things. But time will tell. Cheers. See you.